President Stetler, Dr. McElwain, faculty, family, and fellow classmates. Good evening, and thank you all very much for coming to this very special graduation ceremony. I'd like to begin tonight by saying thank you to President Stetler for all his work for our school. I would also like to thank Dr. McElwain for being such a good principal in the academy. He has worked very hard to make this school as good as he can make it. I would also like to thank my homeroom teacher, Mrs. McElwain. She has really worked hard for my class and has taught me so many good lessons. I would also like to thank my other teachers, Mrs. Robledo in Spanish and Bible, Mr. Walker in Computer, and Mr. Jones and Mrs. Jones in Algebra 1. You have all been such good teachers and good examples in my life. Last but not least, I would like to thank my parents for all the things they have done for me to help me during each school year, such as driving me to and from school every day, packing my lunches, helping me with homework and projects, and most of all, sacrificing so that my two brothers, my sister, and I can all attend a Christian school. I am so thankful that I have had the opportunity to be able to come to this school for all 9 years of my education, and I am looking forward to attending the high school here in the fall. I know as my classmates and I move on to high school, we will meet new teachers and challenges. I'm also thankful for the amazing class I'm in. They have all been great friends in my life. I've made some lifetime friends and memories here, and I can't wait to make more in high school. One of my favorite memories was when the junior high got to go to Washington, D.C. That will be a memory that will stay in my head forever. I will also remember the fun times I had at camp meeting. The sports were fun and the services were really good. Field day and class trip are a couple more memories that I will never forget. There are a few memories from the classroom and PE that will also stick in my head. I have many more wonderful memories that I have made here and I know will stay with me. I would like to challenge my classmates to do two things. First of all, always keep God in control of your life because He will never steer you wrong. Proverbs 3:6 tells us, "In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your paths." Most of us don't know yet what we want to do with our lives. A lot of people don't know what they want to do, even when they graduate from high school, and sometimes even when they are in college. My grandpa Olson went to college to be a high school math teacher. When he did his student teaching, he realized that teaching math to high school kids wasn't for him after all, and he decided to get his business degree. After he had gotten his degree and a good job at IBM, he felt God leading him, his wife and their 3 daughters to Florida to work for the Bible college here. Even though at the time he didn't know what God had in store for him, my grandpa ended up using that business degree not only to work at this Bible college as the financial director for many years, but he has also used his business degree to help many Christian businessmen, pastors, and churches with their finances all across the USA. All because my grandpa let God direct his paths. Even when we don't know where our life is taking us, as long as we serve God and let Him lead us, we will always be doing the right thing. The second challenge I would like to make is look for a way to make the world a better place. You will be surprised how one person's life can impact so many others. Last summer, a little boy in our church named Jack had his skull crushed in multiple places by a heavy piece of furniture that fell on his head. He never should have survived, but through the power of prayer, he began to slowly recover. When he was still in the hospital, he developed a massive blood clot, and the doctors had to do emergency brain surgery. His chances of surviving were very small, and if he did survive, they didn't expect him to be the same. A friend of their family started a Praying for Jack page on Facebook during all this, and hundreds of people were signing up. Between his first accident and then his setback, the numbers kept growing until over 3,000 people from all over the world were signed up to the Praying for Jack page. People from all kinds of churches and all kinds of backgrounds, but they believed in God and were praying together for one little boy named Jack. There were also people who didn't know God who were following the story and realizing the power of prayer. They would leave comments on the wall saying that Jack's story had touched them and they wanted to know more about God. Other people said that watching what God was doing had helped them to get back to God. There were many, many stories of how people were touched by Jack's life. Because Jack's family was Christians, Just one little boy's story was making a difference in the lives of so many people, and it still is. No one would have ever imagined that one little boy's story would touch thousands of people and show the power of prayer, but it did. That's the impact just one person's life can make. As we leave here tonight and start a new chapter of our lives, I would like all of you to remember one verse, Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Once again, I thank you all for coming, and I hope you have a wonderful summer. I want to thank my mom and dad for helping me with all I did in school.
Parents for all they've done for me this past years growing up and everything, taking me to school and everything.
Michael Richard Huff, Salutatorian. Andrea Denise Case.